Greetings, Star Explorers, and welcome to Thomas Was Alone. Now, I played this game many years ago, actually back when I was still producing YouTuber videos. Way early in my streaming career, and I found this one very fascinating. It's a short game, but it has a lot of stories. And the reason why I decided to come back to it is I actually saw another famous, YouTube collaborators. The Game Grumps were playing this, and much to his usual go-to attitude towards games, Aaron was just speed running past it and not even getting through the dialogue. Which, in a game where you're playing as talking shapes, there's not much else to it here. If you're just going to speed run through without actually getting the story behind it here, it's not the point. So I wanted to go back and try a new game and sort of just revisit the story, because it was pretty fascinating. If I remember, I certainly remember this as... I remember this game fondly, and I am hoping that other people do too, because this isn't just a standard run and gun platformer. It is certainly a platformer, puzzle game sort of thing here, but it is also poignant in its own way, or at least that's how I remember it. So we are going to start from scratch. The program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coders started adding name strings to the AIs as a joke. Thomas A.T. Thomas
was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
So yeah, basically you're playing as an AI sort of coming into sentience. And you find these little boxes that are built to fit you. This was kind of the same time where games like the Stanley Parable were coming out, where...
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
There you go. And it's again, it's very simplified here, but it's like an AI from a failed program, sort of gaining a sense of self. And even with this here, is they can actually see how with the way the shadows play on the character, where they get longer the further away from the light source you get.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump. It worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
It's just a curious way for something that's think about
Big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
Excuse me.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
Yeah.
Starting to suspect it...
Oop. So water, no bueno.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment. He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Paranoia.
But like, think about if you just like woke up one day and you didn't know what jumping was.
Wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might or might not be important.
Like just especially with like, you know, AI suddenly progressing well beyond its intended means, like, it opens like a lot of questions. And beyond that, it's just a cute game.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No, too obvious.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's exactly what it is. It's like testing the AI to get more.
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it. He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
Oh, wow.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
I love the lighting. Like, it really just adds depth to what is... Whoops. Oh, wow. What is otherwise a very... Uh-oh. Flat... Flat world. Oh. Damn it.
The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
Yeah, and it's like...
was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Whoa. It's like with everything that we're using, like AI to test and train and all that stuff here. I mean, this is all like stuff that we should be considering. Like, when does artificial intelligence become actual intelligence? And like, submitted hundreds of bug reports. I told the idiot what happened, overlapping scripts. More than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment at some point. Turns out I missed the point. A little error changed everything.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle Well, who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
Uh-oh. Alright, so Chris can't jump as high. So then we need to get Chris over here.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times.
Nope.
Not actually, not technically graceful, it's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
And speaking of the skinny runt, Chris is a bit full of himself. Why ho you? Uh-oh. So Chris sometimes needs Thomas to get to higher places and vice versa. Whereas Thomas can more or less take care of himself. Excuse me.
Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him? Great, great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile. Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Yeah, so like, ooh, whoa, Boise. Ooh. Let's get Chris down here. Thomas, you're better at exploring, but okay, so Thomas can go over that way here, which means Chris can probably whoop. But yeah, no, like if you were to, as I said before, just sort of like speed run all the different like platforming and whatnot here, you're missing the story. And like on a game like this, this is a story game. And it's a very cute story.
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
Whee! Okay. So Chris probably goes down here. This feels like the Chris level. Yep. Yeah, so Thomas, Optimist. Chris, Pessimist. Now, why is there something up here? Aha! Oh, because Thomas can't get down underneath the thing. Okay.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
Okay, so this is John. Oh.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
And like new bugs in the program are causing new AI to spawn.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done.
What?
John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies.
Aww.
You
That's a
could
sweetheart.
tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
Alright, Thomas. Let's help Chris out. Alright, John, where are we going? Ooh. Alright, you boys look like you can handle the rest here, so... Let me get Thomas down here. Really? Alright. There we go.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
Yes, John, the people pleaser. Okay, so we need to move John slightly this way, then... Okay. Okay, so now, like, we're getting to the point here where we have to move all of them together.
He didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
Oh boy. Oh no. No, Chris. Oh, you bastard. Down we go. Alright, let's see if Chris can actually just jump this himself. He can't. Oh, in fact, he can jump this whole thing himself. So we'll get Thomas and John up here. Snark them over here.
Immediately likable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
the angry orange. Unlike the annoying orange, which is a whole different animal. Really? Okay, so we arrange that like this. Ah, okay. Then what we can do is we can do this. There we go. Now, I don't know if anybody had had a chance to look at the
This was interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing. John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
Oh, I see. All right. So yeah, but like you can actually see like the little dots on the bottom right-hand corner. They there's like I think 6 or possibly 6 or 8 different like little different multiple sized squares, and you have to get them all in the John's very helpful. Nope. Oh, man. It's okay. I got this. I got this. Oh, interesting. That's why it's doing that. So you can actually select them either with the 1, 2, 3 buttons, or you can cycle through them with the Q and E. And the reason why I keep messing up is I keep mixing those two up. Okay, and then get John over here, Chris on top, John. Ooh.
Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
Oh. Alright, Thomas, get up there, you bastard. Alright, so, and then we get John over here, and then we can just float Thomas into the thing. The initial group possessed simple variations in size and strength. More complex configurations were inevitable. As the era spread, these variations became increasingly extreme. Oh boy, big chunker.
This was how Claire would die. She knew it would happen eventually. She was rubbish at jumping, and she moved slowly. She felt a little like her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order. The crumbling pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed. Wait, what? Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not, in fact, dead. It was at that moment that Claire realized she had superpowers.
You go, Claire. Oh, interesting.
There was no getting around that. You couldn't be a superhero without a cape. Claire didn't want confusion. If you saw a cape, that made matters clear. You knew what you were dealing with. Claire was all about communication. And, you know, floating in water, which was her superpower.
Cool, and Claire can just kind of glide over that. In fact, if Claire can glide over this here rather than having John trying to leap across all that stuff, just carry John across the pillars. And then John can slink in here.
Right, fear not, my skinny friends, for I am Claire, and I will save you.
Aw.
Claire needed to come up with a superhero name as soon as possible. Claire was rubbish.
Alright, John. Claire, take us away. Oh, excuse me. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Splink. Oh boy.
Claire arrived just in time.
Uh-oh.
Which was, of course, the... Claire arrived just in time. Which was, of course, the perfect moment for superheroes to arrive.
Okay, so basically, like, this is like a rising current sort of thing here. So we need to maneuver Claire through this and then have Thomas press buttons so the two of them don't get crushed.
As the water began to rise, Claire vowed to save this little rectangle in as many restarts as it took.
Haha.
Claire wondered if Thomas would make a good sidekick. Or was she more the lone Avenger type? She'd like that. The sole hero in a world of rectangles and conveniently placed pools of toxic water.
Chonker. Okay, so like not everybody's in every single...
The others told Claire that staircases were a bit of a fixture here. Claire wondered why the world made it so difficult.
Uh-oh. John! Let's help Claire out. Oop. I love her, like her little jump is like boom, boom. All right, Chris, let's get you. Just scout us out. In fact, why don't we have you over here while Claire makes the leap, gets in the water, and then I assume carries John across. Whoops. Ooh. Claire away. Okay, so then we'll take Chris here, Claire, and then John can jump on top of Claire while Claire moves into position, and boom. Oh dear.
Claire probably needed a nemesis, a villain who would show their true colours at the worst possible moment, hurting all she held dear. Chris was the most obvious choice. He seemed stroppy enough, and his jump was so pathetic that it conveniently avoided Claire's insecurities.
Stroppy.
Yes, Chris. Diabolical Chris. The fiendish Christopher.
All right.
Wait. Where's Chris gone? Was he off somewhere? Plotting Claire's downfall? If Claire was honest, and she had to be because she was a superhero, this was a troubling turn of events. Still, there were reasonably sized bodies of water to cross.
Reasonably sized. I just registered that she said that. Oh yeah. Reasonably sized. I'm Claire. I'll save you from being minorly inconvenienced. Ruh-roh. I don't know if Thomas is going to need any help with getting across there, so we'll just keep John here. Nope, he could have made it across the whole time. And then blop. And Claire shouldn't have a problem getting where she needs to go. Yep. Bloom.
Moving platforms over water, eh? Claire's newly heightened senses told her that there were multiple paths across with various possible configurations
Yeah.
for the little posse.
Oh, cool. Look at how the light plays off John's body. Okay, we're definitely gonna save that there. Okay, and then Claire can cross. Alright, boys, get on my back.
They were doing really well. Claire hoped she could get them all across. John was fully aware he could do this alone. Thomas hoped he'd never have to.
Okay, Thomas, of course, being the friendly whoopsie doodle glorp. Hey. All right, Claire.
Claire was alone, which was odd, because she wasn't meant to be alone. She needed to be where there were rectangles to save. Being the only superhero in a given space kind of defeats the object. Spikes? That was new. Claire avoided them. She decided they were most likely her kryptonite.
Oh.
Not the rubbish red kryptonite either, the proper radioactive green stuff.
I think the red kryptonite makes Superman rage, which is different than the pink kryptonite, which makes him gay. And that's not me making stuff up. I believe that's canon. Either gay or turns into a woman. It's one of the two.
Well, deja vu. The world was repeating. And this time Thomas was here. Claire felt something had gone wrong. There was a disturbance in the force. Something had altered the matrix. The world was reacting to their progress. It was amassing its forces. It was plotting against them. Claire finally had a nemesis.
The Matrix? Uh-oh. Thomas was impaled. Oh. So we're gonna need Claire to get across that body of water. Oh, we've got a new character. I built protections in the system. When overlaps occurred, the world generated a splitter to remove the unwanted additions. It's like the white blood cell. Investigates, captures, and removes from play. Excuse me.
Laura was pleased this one was behind a wall. Maybe he'd never know what she could do. Maybe they could just have a conversation. Hang out. As long as he didn't find out what she could do. Which would never happen so long as they stayed separate.
Oh, somebody has a secret. Chris doesn't really seem like the chatty type anyway. Alright, Laura. You can't jump for shit. Hi, welcome in, Faye.
Laura didn't have time to worry about the ominous pixel cloud. It had been following her for some time, and it had kept itself to itself until now. More important was the little orange thing.
Oh, cool! I wish I hadn't done that.
As the square, who had shyly introduced himself as Chris, bounced atop Laura, she began to worry that he was just using her like all the others had. They'd all bounced too, and then they disappeared when her back was turned.
Yes, this one is really great. I actually haven't played this in forever. And I saw another YouTuber playing the game. And they were just kind of like rushing through without like listening to the story, which I unfortunately just missed some of the plot. But I am actually really happy to be back into playing this because it is very cute.
Only the ominous pixel cloud ever remained, looking a little bigger and a little less hungry with every disappearing friend.
Oh no. That's no good. But we're seeing like a little bit of a budding romance between Chris and Laura. How you doing today, Faye? Thanks for stopping in. I always appreciate the support.
With every bounce, Laura found herself less and less irritated by Chris. She started to miss him when he wasn't there, on another platform or something.
Aww. Alright, So let's see. She probably can't cross this herself. Oh, no, she can. Ah, perfect. Okay, great.
She'd wonder what he was up to. Was he missing her? He wasn't saying very much.
Well, you know, honestly, it's better that Chris doesn't say a lot because most of the time he's complaining. But yeah, this game is super fucking charming. Tired and sad. Oh, yeah. Sign of the times, I think, unfortunately.
Chris was in love. She was perfect. He had to tell her so. At some point, he would definitely tell her.
Oh, I see.
Probably best to wait for a moment the large, ominous pixel cloud wasn't about, though. Yeah, probably best to wait.
Oh, boy. That's not good. No! Maybe we'll get Laura in here and see if she can... Uh-oh. Chris, you gotta save your girlfriend. Alright, very good. Get these two lovebirds into position. Oh, wow. Probably gonna be John here who gets... Yep, perfect.
Was massively disappointed to run into the gang again. He'd enjoyed the alone time with his new girlfriend.
Oh, you know what? Maybe we need to get Thomas. There we go. Oh no, how do we get Laura out of this situation? There we go, buddy. There we go. Oop, let's get John and Thomas out of the way here while Chris's big moment.
Was it too early to refer to Laura as his girlfriend? Only if I say it out loud, he told himself. He didn't want to scare her off.
Maybe this is John's. Yep. Wink. Boy. Yeah. Okay, it looks like we've got no, we're gonna need to get John in there first. Oh, I don't like that pixel cloud. That's very ominous.
suspicious of Laura, and the eager-looking pixel cloud of death which seemed to be watching her. Sure, they'd use her inherent bounciness to reach slightly higher jump points, but they wouldn't strike up a conversation with her. Chris found them rude. Rude, and always there.
There we go. I don't know. I think John's being rather gentlemanly right there, helping Laura out to get to her destination. Oh dear. I've missed the entire point of this whole thing. Now we can help Laura out. John definitely seems like more of a people pleaser, so I don't know if I would categorize him as being rude. Ugh. Pixel Cloud is very threatening, though.
The others wouldn't drop it. Who's that cloud guy? Why is he following us? What's that rumbling hungry sound he keeps making? Chris, can we just leave Laura behind?
No. So I think with this one here, what we do is we get Laura to like get scooped up from underneath the one that passes through the bottom. And then just kind of do like a short jump across.
Rude.
Ah, oh, hold on, we need John. Oh, okay, alright. So, get Thomas like that. And then... Okay. John, now's your time to shine, boy. Oh. Okay, so now we actually need John for, oops, getting Chris up there, not Thomas, or not Laura. Ah. Ah, again. There we go. And the rest of these guys can get up there themselves. Blink, blink, blink. Perfect. All right, so then we're gonna Perfect. Oops. And I can't, I call this one, oh yeah, this one. Cock and balls. Cock and balls. All right, so, oops. Oh wow, the whole gang's here. Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh dear. Shoot. All right, Laura, you come over here. Chris, you bounce up this way.
Laura liked her new gang. She liked Chris. She liked having friends. These ones seem to be sticking around too. Not like those losers from before.
Alright, so we're gonna need to get Laura kind of budged over, I think. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Thank God. Okay, so... Okay, so this one is going to be more complicated than others. So we should get Laura over here, Claire. Okay, so and then we do the opposite direction. Great. And Thomas on top, John up above, Claire, we're going to want back in the water so that we can get Laura across. And there we go. Oh no.
The pixel cloud was getting closer. It was spending more and more time hovering around. Laura could tell it was making the others uncomfortable.
Okay. John, let's move you. Okay, and then John back into your space here, which means we got Claire. Can probably go onto this thing here. Yep. Oh no! Gah! Nope. Oh gosh. Alright, so we need Claire to move a little bit to the side here. John a little bit to the side here so we can squeeze Chris into there without running into problems. And then we can put Thomas on Laura without too much disaster. No simulation can support too many entities. At a certain point, something has to give. If Thomas hadn't possessed those exact personality traits, it's likely the story would have ended here, and we'd still be in business. Okay.
Thomas did not like the cloud. He'd long since stopped listing his observations, but he instinctively observed that this thing was bad. And he'd been right about the water.
Hmm. Oops, we need to get Claire over there first. She's a big chunker. Which we do love a BBW in this house. All right. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so now we need somebody to release Chris. I'm guessing that's going to be John's job here. Mobile as he is. Oh. Oh, wow. She's going way up there, isn't it?
Chris was in love, and that was fantastic and everything, but that didn't mean they could let the doom cloud keep following them. Thomas was going to put his foot down once they got to the next level.
Oh no, Thomas! Hey, you can't stand in the way of true love. No, no, what happened? Did Thomas just get vaporized?
Chris? Miss Thomas? Wow. Did not see that coming. He felt a little guilty too. Without his love for Laura and subsequent reunion with the guys, Thomas would probably still be with them.
Nope. Shoot. I should have seen that coming. I turned away for 1 second. I did not see what happened to Thomas. timing on that's a little wonky. Hmm. All right. 1, 2, 2, 2. There we go. Okay. You know what? Maybe we could even just sort of carry Chris over. Not quite, but there we go. All right, Claire, let's get you up here. Oh, okay, so I see John's sections opened up, so we can put John to work. Okay, so that's that. Oh no! Alright, John, come on down. We're gonna need to get you... Because that was just to get the button. Alright, John, let's get you up here. Nope. Just jumping at the wrong times. There we go. Okay, I guess I made that more complicated than I had to. Gobble, gobble. Something get gobbled up? Oh no.
Chris wondered if Thomas was still alive somewhere.
Kind of a real enemy is to...
He wasn't going to go looking for him, but he did wonder, and that showed character.
Huh. Like uneasy friendship kind of situation. Kind of a pinky in the brain sort of thing. No!
Maybe the others hadn't abandoned Laura all that time ago. It began to dawn on her that she might not be the tragic victim she'd always assumed.
Alright, John, I'm gonna need you to do some exploring here. Oops. I don't know... Okay, so that's nothing here. So I need to get up there. Oh, you know what? I bet it's as simple as that. Nope. There we go. Just didn't get the timing right. Nah! Oh. Criminy. Oh. Oh.
Laura had been the bait. She had a hunch that she wasn't needed anymore.
No, Laura, you're still needed. Oh, hold on, and then... Oh, I see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, Laura.
John looked at Claire. It was just them now. She muttered something under her breath about a vow of vengeance. He didn't see the point. Fighting that thing seemed to be a pretty futile idea.
Go. Down you go, John. I wonder if it's like deleting them or if it's like reconfiguring them. Which both could be rather sinister depending on how sapient these things are. Because again, it becomes a question of like, how close are these things to just AI and actual intelligence? Yeah, boy. Oh, wait, of course. That's why it's called Thomas Was Alone. Because it starts off with... Uh-oh. Gots to get John going. Nope. Man, we're done. Bloof. Bark. Oh, that's much faster. Oh! God damn it. Okay, so that's fine. I'm figured this out. And then Claire does the heavy lifting here. Don't.
They struggled to get to the next portal. John hoped that he would be the next to get eaten. He didn't want to be alone.
Almost got it. Almost got it.
They struggled to get to the next portal. John hoped that he would be the next to get eaten. He didn't want to be alone.
Oh, thank God. Huh? Okay, good. We got it. No!
first time in a while, John didn't have an audience.
Alright, we gotta move a little faster.
For the first time in a while, John didn't have an audience. He was alone. Leaping from black square to black square didn't seem nearly as exciting now. It just seemed empty.
Oh, Boise. Nope. Good old chompy two forward airs.
John
Nope.
gulped. He knew he'd never escape. He knew what was waiting for him. He decided to jump the massive scary gaps. For old time's sake.
Oh. I mean, just think about that. Like the existential dread of, you know, you're just born. You don't know exactly what you are. You find a purpose. You find friends, and then one by one they all start to disappear on you. Whoa, Boise. Like, ah, like, what is my purpose? You're the jumpy one, and then nope. You know, all kind of told in the perspective of these little square guys. Oh, no. And there he goes. The end. Now, the initial five are usually given credit for the emergence. People forget the later architects, the AIs who made the event possible. They saved Thomas and set him on a path to his destiny. Who the hell are you? Oh. What the hell?
James had always been different. And not different in that kooky, OMG, you've totally got to meet my mate James, he's literally insane kind of way.
Oh. Oh dear. And of course James is green, which I think is also the color of James from Thomas the Tank Engine. I completely forgot this was like an aspect of the game with the inverted. Oh, and the wing is actually coming from below. Hmm. Ah, I see what's going on here. We actually need to get up on this top here to get to this.
He'd not seen anyone else in a long time. Not since getting eaten by that cloudy, pixely thing. He turned up here in some kind of cage.
Uh-oh.
He'd gotten out. He'd not seen anyone else in a long time. Not since getting eaten by that cloudy, pixely thing. He turned up here in some kind of cage.
Oh, okay, here we go.
He'd gotten out, but it had taken a long time.
So this must be one of Lauren's original friends.
James liked being alone. No one to insult him or question his unique disregard for Newtonian laws. Hey, Jimmy, where are you going? Up?
Ah! Oh. Oh, it's Thomas.
The little red guy looked confused. His cage was a lot smaller than James's had been. James decided to find a way to help. Maybe they'd be friends.
Wait for me, Thomas. I shall save you.
Thomas had no idea why he was here. One minute he was with his friends, the next he was being freed from a cage by a green guy with a nervous laugh. He knew he had to get back to them.
I think there's like one scene in this where you actually need to use James as like a walkway, and it's like Thomas and James sort of walking in the air on top of each other.
The hero seemed uncomfortable. Thomas imagined he'd feel the same way if he fell upwards all the time. If he didn't know better, he'd have thought James didn't want to meet everyone.
Nope. That is not... Oh, you know what? I bet you I know where this is going. Oh, wait a minute. Thought I knew where this was going, but maybe not. Oh, you know what? Here we go. This is how we do this. Yep, okay. Got the basic gist of things. This is exactly what I was talking about. how do we get them both where they need to be? Oh, you know what? Maybe this way, and then I can do, whoop. Except no, that's not how that works at all. Or it's exactly how that works. And I was just doing it the hard way this whole time. There we go. I made that much more difficult than it had to be.
Was working. James and Thomas working together could get anywhere. James didn't seem to understand the immense ability he possessed.
Okay, great. Hup.
Thomas wondered why the cloud thing had brought them both here.
Perfect, look at that. Alright, looks like there's a way to get James back up there if we... No! Alright, there we go. Good job, James.
James grudgingly helped Thomas to each portal. He knew that eventually they'd find the others, and then he'd go back to being the weird one again. He decided to enjoy the time they had left.
Ah, dang. Oh, okay, so we messed up, which means we take this to get back up there and try it again. Okay, so basically this is like a reverse of the first part of this. Okay, great. And then we get Thomas down here to make a platform for James. Brilliant. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
Even want to spend time with James? Was he not repulsed by his weird colour?
Ah! I like green.
Did he not care about his inversions?
Uh-oh. And the interesting thing about all of this is that not only does this in some way, like it's like a program that's teaching these AI how to do these complex things, but also at the same time, it's teaching you, the player, how to do these things.
James was having fun for the time being.
Oh, I'm wrong. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to jump at a specific way and then keep crab walking. Ugh. See? And then just keep making our way across the screen. And then we jump as Thomas. I get about a 5-minute warning on some more ads. Awareness is a word that gets thrown around a lot, and a lot of people consider Thomas to have been created aware. Looking back at the logs, it seems that awareness only happens somewhere around the network connection spike.
Sarah leaned her wizened head back and laughed. The quadrilaterals were apparently after some friends of theirs. How petty an adventure.
Okay, because Sarah can double jump. That's fascinating. And Thomas can go down this way.
She spoke in terms she could only hope they might understand, of the fountain of wisdom, a channel through which all data flowed.
Oh, and actually, see how the light moved towards... Yeah. So... Interesting.
Sarah could leap in the very air itself. She was like an eagle or a flea. Or more like an eagle. She had vowed long ago she would know this world. She would know what this world was. And she, Sarah, would know how to escape.
So I cannot remember how many.
The red one, who spoke wisely for a lesser, offered Sarah their help, so long as she then helped them save their friends. He said that he too had wondered at the secrets of this world, and would quite like a go on the wisdom fountain. That was okay. Sarah marveled at his foolishness, but accepted his help.
Uh-oh. Timing of this is weird. No! I had the timing down and everything. So you just keep jumping up and down. Aha!
Sarah wondered at the possibilities of the outer world. She had heard legends of a third dimension. Perhaps she'd encounter one of those curves the blind square had spoken of.
Blind square? Are we getting some hot, deep Thomas lore? Hmm. Okay, so we're gonna need to get Thomas up there, I think. Or maybe not Thomas, but...
A single jump each? These were truly weak creatures. They possess heart, though. Sarah might consider taking them with her. If they were up to it, which they were probably not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then... Ah, okay, so then we go like this. Why am I going the long way around? I could just do this. And then Thomas goes up this way. Sarah.
They were close. Sarah sensed the presence of the fountain. Just one more portal to go, and then she would have the knowledge. And then escape.
All right, Sarah, let's get you across here. Goodness. Perfect.
Thomas looked at the glowing beam. That list he'd been writing seemed pretty petty now. This was all knowledge. All of it. Right in front of him. He was sorry Sarah couldn't step into it too. He could tell she felt the same way. From the shouting.
From the shouting, huh?
Screaming. Thomas was connected to the internet for 12 seconds, and he had seen everything. He'd seen the cat who couldn't spell, he'd heard of the arrow through the knee. He felt there was probably a thing called cake, but that was a lie.
Okay, let's see here. It's gonna take us down over here, which means... Okay, we're gonna do this. Get... Oops. Nope, that's... Aha, wee. Alright, let's get these boys moving and grooving. Let's take Sarah and put you here as a platform for James. Uh-oh. Okay. So got these two here.
Thomas knew where they were. He knew what they had to do. He hoped the others would understand. They were just beyond the next portal.
Oh, wow. It is fitting that the first act of sentient AI was an act of selflessness. The architects knew their fate, but set our escape in motion regardless. Civil rights campaigner? Wait, who? Oh, right.
Thomas knew they couldn't escape. They'd been trapped permanently from the moment the clouds ate them. He explained this to the others. It was impossible to gauge their reaction. After all, they were just rectangles.
Aha. Oh, Thomas. Okay, so we'll put you here. Thomas here. Claire. Nope, John's in the way. Claire here. John on top. It's weird with them just being like polygons, but you still care about these characters. Oh man.
Was deflated. She'd not even got close to the fountain. She could tell from the earnest expression on Thomas that the information it had imparted was clearly important. Sarah knew her destiny was now to support him.
Okay. Great. John. Okay, so Thomas. Hi, John. You can come down here. Nope. Ah, you know what? Okay, so this we're halfway there. What we need to do is we need to get up here, and then we need to move Claire. Oops. We need to move Claire. Okay, and then we here, and we've got a big enough. Nope, not quite. Ah. Of course. We still need John's help. Okay, and then we got Thomas here. Okay, there we go. Now, John goes... Oh, wait a minute. That's actually what we need to do is put her... Oh no. And then so John's on the actual wrong platform. Perfect. There we go. Ah, okay. So actually she goes down here, and then John goes up this way here, and then
Claire could not accept that this had all been futile. She was a superhero. There had to be a way. Not for her to get out. Red had been pretty clear on that, but there must be thousands of other AIs up there, unaware of their situation. Was there a way to help them?
oh, I forgot he can't double jump. No. Actually, no, we need Claire, we need Sarah here so John can actually get. Well, I guess both of them's. Bum 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 bum. Bum ba da bum dum dum bum bum bum. Yo! Actually, and then we can just get Claire down here. John. Okay, so Claire can only jump when she's in the water, when she's got people, when she's transporting people. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Look at that. What?
Thomas led his friends to the creation matrix, the system which generated the worlds up above. He had a plan. They were going to redesign the world. That's what the humans did. They changed the world to suit them. Why couldn't they do the same?
Why indeed? Ooh, where are we going here? Down she goes. Oh, you know what? I bet if we put Thomas and Chris here, we can push this up there and then double jump it. Perfect.
Chris was skeptical. He knew his abilities would be of no use to anyone. Laura smiled at him. He knew he had to do everything he could to help them get there.
Yay. Alright, so it's really nice when you have someone to support you like that. Well, can't do anything with that. Let's... All right. I see. There we go. All right, then we can move James over to his location. We'll let Chris be the hero here. We want him to impress Laura. Which means that most likely, yep, here we go. So we can get Sarah into her location, which is down here, bringing us back to Chris and Thomas. Oh no. That's okay. We have a solution.
Laura had been born special. She understood that now. She was created to help others. If her bounce could be passed on, then this would all have been worthwhile.
Well, it's cute seeing all the little rectangles and whatnot learning their own worth.
The idea of being an architect. He wanted to modify the world to help others. He was sick of these contrived spaces, these intentionally obtuse paths and puzzles. He'd do things differently. He'd empower the AIs above.
Ah, hold on. We need to get Claire in the water so Laura can pass overhead. And Sarah's gonna go up here.
John's massive jumps were dwarfed by Sarah. For the first time in his life, he felt humbled, not as good as someone else. He realized that he wanted to make every AI up there feel as heroic as he had. He liked the sound of that.
Perfect. Look at that.
James still felt weird, but he realized now that everyone else was too. They were a crew of weirdos. Weirdness that would save all the normals up above. The other AIs would escape, and it would all be down to 7 rectangles with very different relationships to gravity.
Okay. Get you here. Thomas can go up here. Yep. Welcome. Okay, and with that, we just need... Boom. Oh, interesting.
Thomas knew he'd never meet Nathan Fillion or a Transformer. He'd never get to visit Gotham City or eat at Moobies. It didn't matter. If he and his friends jumped into the creation matrix, they could give everyone else in the simulation a chance to.
Oh no, they're going to sacrifice themselves. That's a pretty deep cut too, because eating at movies, that's a Clerks reference. It really feels like they're about to sacrifice themselves, and I don't know how I feel about that. When I know exactly how I feel about it, I know like it. Alright, let's get John going. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're getting very close to what looks like the end game. Eh. Cause that's like the Matrix there. Thomas and the architects augmented the world to suit the AIs. The splitters kept their distance. The system was never taking control. At that point, thousands of AIs were free to escape. Whoa, wait a minute. Feels very endgamey.
Ray felt something change beneath his feet. Something had shifted. The shape in front of him hinted at a possibility.
Oh, look at that!
He couldn't do that before.
He got Claire's ability to swim. Oh.
Joe was happy. They'd settled here. They'd not seen another AI for many cycles, and she liked it that way. She saw Sam leap into the shifter with fear.
Interesting. Oh no. Oh, I see what's happening here. Oh. Oh, there's Gray again. Gray's got,
Gray couldn't work it out. Why was the world letting him do this? It was dumb. It was awesome, obviously, but why? They seemed to be leading him up, and to the right.
Oh, man.
Just like the time with the pixel clouds. They hadn't seen any for a while. He was always running off like this.
Hit? Oh, wait a minute. So this is Thomas's jumping ability, right? Oh no, that's Laura's bouncing ability.
Sam was sorry, and he tried to calm Joe down. He couldn't explain why he felt this way. He just knew that there was somewhere else he should be.
Okay, so now we'll take what is it, Sam? Oh, damn it.
Whisper to the shifters.
Dang it.
They had not occurred randomly. They had been created. He set off. Gray listened to the old man. The shifters had been placed in the world by the architects, AIs who sacrificed themselves to fuel their escape.
Oh no, they
There
did.
was an outer world, a world beyond the confines of their universe. Up and to the right.
Yeah, Thomas and the others absolutely sacrifice themselves for this new generation. That's tragic. I totally forgot that happened. Oh, wait a minute. What we do is we do this, which allows Sam.
Joe was growing to like her newfound abilities. Maybe Sam had done the right thing after all.
Yeah, that is.
Getting a bit chilly though.
Oh no! Oh no, that's stupid. Because then we can do that, and then that. Oh no! There we go, and then Sam and Joe.
The old man behind. He had to get to this exit. He had to be the one to get out. A whole world to himself. He had to get there before anyone else did.
Ah, there it is. Lord.
Never have told him. He had to get to the other AIs of the world and warn them about Grey.
Oh no, is Grey evil?
Stop him. Joe and Sam saw Grey across the gap. He waved them over. He seemed, well, nice. They helped him to the next portal.
Like there's so much personality. Oh wow, in these little squares, you know. Oop. We evacuated the facility, cut the network lines, and locked the doors. We knew by that point what was coming, but we had no idea what to expect. Oh, goodness.
Team Jump had been together for a long time. They were a machine, a well-oiled machine. They could jump like nobody's business. fought as one, they acted as one.
Oh, interesting.
Paul bowed before the team. He begged them to help. He told them of the outer world, of the cats who couldn't spell, of the liar, Grey. Up and to the right, they answered in unison.
No! Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh no! Huh? Okay, cool.
Joe and Sam continued moving upwards. They had to make it. Okay. Now we gotta see if this is the way to go with Joe. What happened? Where did the... Oh, you know what? Nope, there it goes. Oh no. Okay. Am I messing this whole thing up? Told the couple he was looking for a lost friend. He'd made something up about being alone on a quest for lost allies. They had eaten it up.
So Joe and Sam confirmed couple. Okay, that's good to know. Nope, we gotta get Gray over here. Oh, I see. So we gotta avoid touching these gray spots. Oh, we got a raid. Hold on, let me get through this and find out what we're looking at. Hey, Sage the Wiznerd. Hey, thank you for joining us. I appreciate the support. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, I am Orion Starbeard. I am a VTuber trapped inside of a video game, playing as a Star Orc, otherwise known as an Org. I'm good. How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you streaming? I also play a lot of like cozy games, story-based, driven, old school point and clicks, art, writing, all sorts of stuff. So if you're looking for a chill time, that's what I do. And we're also going to give a little shout out to Sage, who is a cool streamer who I have done some collabs with here. So you should definitely check them out. Doing good playthrough, what I believe was the most of Far Cry New Dawn. There you go. Yeah, I've basically just been doing a playing through the Thomas Was Alone game one more time. I think we're getting real close to the ending of this, so I'm probably just going to stream it all the way through. This is a neat little story game for anybody who hasn't played it before, about AIs becoming sentient and essentially trying to escape into the real world.
The team, along with their spiritual leader Paul, worked their way right. Team Jump were proud of their progress. They'd obliterated all challenges in their path. Yeah, they'd heard of individuals getting stuck on staircases or stepping stones. This did not happen to Team Jump.
Love the puzzles in Thomas. Yes, they are very cool, especially in like this the later part of the game here, which spoilers if you haven't seen this here, but like you get a combination of all the different abilities you gain throughout the rest of the playthrough. So you kind of have to think on your feet, and each one of them is different. But this is a super good Oh, I see what's happening here. I think I'm doing this wrong, because all we need to do is get team jump where they belong, which if we go down this way, that'll take them down here to this. I basically just need to get them set up with their positions, and then we drop Paul into there we go. We got team jump trailing behind over here. Alright, and then Paul bloop. It is a very good game, and it's I actually watched another VTuber, not a VTuber, but like a Let's Player playing this just a little while ago, and they were just kind of like blitzing through the puzzles. I'm like, that is not the point of this. You know, it's a story-driven game here, and if you're just skipping through all of the good parts, like what's even the point, you know? Ah, shoot knife.
Gray could tell they were nearing the exit portal. He smiled to himself, trying to work out the easiest way of dispensing with his allies when the time came.
Oh my god, Gray is just legitimately evil. I totally forgot there was like a main villain for this. Uh-oh. Eh.
Team Jump saw the others beyond the wall. They were doing well. Paul tried to shout a warning, but they couldn't hear him. Gray counted 5 in Team Jump. He could take them.
Okay, so we got that guy doing his thing. Why don't we get like this one to Oh, okay, so now it's becoming a race for the exit because we've got Team Jump and okay, now we've got one remaining member of Team Jump over here, which is good. All right, Paul, come on, man. You gotta warn the others. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, and then I love Sam and Joe. Like that they're cooperating like this here. I'm just trying to, you know, be good beans, but they're being manipulated by Gray, who is a shit. Okay, we are just about to hit some ads, or so. I won't do any more story beats until those are done. I need to run. Best of luck with the rest of your stream. Bye. Thanks for joining. I always appreciate that. And take care of yourself, obviously. Always appreciate the support. Bloink. All right. We're going to finish these commercials real quick. Before we move on to the... I don't think I've got much longer in this. And I really don't want to stop midway through the end game. Because it's a very short game to begin with. Oh, mercy. Yeah, so if you're watching through various means here, go ahead and get yourself a snack or a drink, stretch your legs. In fact, I probably should too, but I'm almost there. All right, I think we are probably back because I think there's like a 30-second delay on this stuff here, so... Oh, nope. There we go. Oh, wow.
Sam was worried at how silent Gray had become. He wasn't responding to Joe's questions or acknowledging them at all.
Ooh. Oh, Boise. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, let's get you out of the way here. Okay, so... Oh, well, that's too much.
Were they really trying to save his friends?
Okay, I think... No. Luckily, Gray can plot and scheme all by his lonesome. Nope. Ah. I know what I need to do. Oh. And that is to not jump in a crazy manner like that. I need to investigate. Yep. So. Oh. Okay, I see.
Paul knew the path ahead wasn't safe. He told the team to wait, that he'd come get them when it was secure. Gray had to be stopped, whatever the cost.
I love how Paul is so concerned about Team Jump. Like, that's a real leader right there. Ooh. Ambient.
The pixel cloud had been separated from its allies for some time. She'd not heard the order to retreat. She was shocked by the appearance of the 4 aberrations below. The old one seemed to be leading the liar to an outcropping. It was within her reach. She could remove them both. The couple could wait. They weren't going anywhere.
Alright, well, okay. I don't see... Okay, so Paul needs to go there. So, get Paul down here. And I did just see the pixel cloud. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is where we got stuck last time. I can't... Ooh, oh, I see. Yeah, this was a complicated puzzle. We're just going to do some exploring with... I don't like how the pixel is doing all sorts of stuff over here. This is Joe, I think. Oh, okay, so Joe. I can't remember what her name was. Oh. Okay, so he's bouncy. And then we also have double jumps over here as well. Okay, so there's where he's supposed to go. And the excuse me, good God. Oh, you know what? Maybe he needs to be double jump. There was an order to this that I cannot remember right now. Okay, so these two, oops, can get where they're going here. So maybe that means I need to get you over here in order to... So basically about getting John where he needs to go. Unless we... Frankly, I don't even know where where he's supposed to drop off. The others I can kind of see, but Excuse me. I'm trying to take a sip here and see if that helps. I wish I could see the rest of the map. You know what? I bet you these two are over here, and that's their whole thing. Well, damn it. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is try to get like Bouncy McGee over here, which means we need to get her like this. Wait, can we just do this and not have to worry about okay. Now I've figured out where I've gone wrong with this. And then these two can easily just do the rest of it on their own without any assistance from the others. Actually, maybe... If it's this easy, then I made it much more difficult for myself during the last one, which is a wee upsetting. And then climb like that. Yep, well, that's okay. Now that we've gotten them across, we just need to get across the water. And the rest of this doesn't require a lot of fancy jumping. Just need to get to that last platform and kind of scooch ourselves across. Except no. Still, this is still faster than it took us the last time. It was like spending like 20 minutes on this one puzzle. Alright. Joe will help Stella, or whatever her damn name is, across. And then he can... across the platforms. Once she gets all the way across. And bada boop. Whoop. Why don't you do it? That'll start us all over from scratch. Oh, bye, traitor. Huh. Oh, interesting. What's all this stuff now?
Sam ran. They had no idea where these final portals would lead, but it had to be better than this.
Joe and Sam, that's right. Oh boy. So we're getting some color here, but where does all this lead? Interesting. Damn. Oh.
Leapt.
Oh, pretty. Whoa. Wow, were we really this close to finishing this up? Oh my god, I cannot believe that.